Personally, I thought it was brilliant. I give Mandy a 9 out of 10. Hey guys.
Speaking of loyalty, what the emergency? You should not be here. I was gonna go home. I'm gonna
Hello?
go.
What's going on, man?
You know what, man? Thanks for asking. Honestly, I've been thinking about my future a lot.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean your movie reviews. You've done like 4 straight 9s in a row. Don't you see any bad movies anymore?
The Predator is a new chapter and sort of a reboot to the Predator franchise, but this one takes a bit of a different approach. Shane Black at this point is kind of known for blending genres, and he likes to use comedy a lot to handle a situation you might not expect comedy. That works sometimes for him in the past. It also hasn't worked. In Predator, it really didn't work for me. I just felt like some of the qualities that he has as a writer-director, being a good one at least, were there. It's just that the overall tonal quality of the film was really off. Like, I laughed at some jokes and I thought some of the action scenes were pretty cool. It's just that nothing pieced together well at all. Fun fact, Shane Black was actually Hawkins in the first Predator movie. Kinda cool. Every other character in this movie was a pretty huge cliche to the point of me almost thinking it was on purpose. I think a couple of the actors did too, because some of them really cheesed it up. And don't get me wrong, I did like those scenes. I like a cheesy action movie in general, but when not everyone is on board and only some of the characters are playing a more over-the-top version of a cliche, it feels just like lazy writing. Visual effects in this movie were not so great. There was some good violence if you're into that. Shane Black is pretty good at that, but whenever there weren't practical effects being used and it was CGI, you could really tell it was CGI. Larry Fong was the director of photography. He's worked on films like 300, Batman v Superman, he worked on Kong. I actually thought he did a pretty good job. I thought the action sequences were really clean. I thought there were some wide angles in there that looked really nice. But editing-wise, I thought all these scenes were pieced together really poorly. I don't think that worked, and that has a huge effect. The movie was written by Shane Black and Fred Dekker, and they actually were friends in college. They made some scripts together back then, and this is the first time they had written together since. Unfortunately, I don't think a collaboration was maybe the best idea. As I said before, the characters in this movie were just overly cliche. The plot got really lazy to me, and I thought the tone was just all over the place. It almost felt like 2 half-baked ideas were just mashed into one movie script, and nothing was cut out. Henry Jackman composed the score, and he's been a pretty big music guy lately. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned him before. He gained a lot of popularity with movies like Kong and Jumanji, and I think he would have actually been a great choice if the movie had really focused on the action comedy side that they almost went for. The music just didn't stick out for me though. I don't really remember it, and I don't know if I can blame him or if I have to blame the movie, because could you really put a score to that movie? I don't know, I don't think so. The Predator was kind of a mess. We have a pretty good writer-director twisting an action horror into an action comedy, and it almost worked, but just didn't. While it deepened the lore of the alien species, and there were a couple gory deaths, overall the tonal quality and the cliches were just too much. I give Predator a 4 out of 10. Hey, thanks for watching and subscribing. Let me know what you thought of Predator if you saw it down below, but try to refrain from spoilers.